Hello everybody, and welcome to a Tinkerer'S Cube Draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below with any questions or feedback. You can check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, and you can support me directly via Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and get some cool rewards as well. But without further ado, we're diving on into the Tinkerer'S Cube. Tinkerer'S Cube is a bit more vague than normal Arena Cube. It doesn't really specify why it's called Tinkerer'S Cube. Supposedly it's high on synergy, but you can just be beaten by good stuff decks just as easily. But we're going to be diving in, trying some stuff out, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Hopefully what works. I'm always ready last. Oh my gosh. That's classic. I'm not always ready last. I was just ready one of the first, but then nobody joined. Okay. What's in this pack? So the first things I always look for in Cube is like an archetype staple card that can kind of guide my draft. Like if there's a life gain payoff that I can really build around. So like I guess Anointed Procession is like a tokens payoff, because if I end up in a tokens deck, this card can like really be one of the better cards. Rada lets me play lands off, so maybe there's a landfall deck. There's ramp strategies. Maybe Migration Path is good. There's also just mono red aggro type cards. Fiend Artisan's a wild one. Witch's Vengeance for a control deck. Deckhand for like a tempo deck. I don't know how good rogues are supported. I kind of want to try taking just a ramp card, seeing what happens on that front. I'm gonna take Procession. It seems like the most like this is the type of card that could be the best card in your deck type things, and I like starting with that sort of thing. There's not a lot of follow-up here for the Procession front, but there could be something else. There's Amalgam, which is really big if you have a lot of colors. Ozolith could be good in a counter style deck. There's a Pilgrim that can get an Aura card. Augur tends to underperform when you can't just fill your deck with all instants. Piper is good with Procession. That is good. True. Lots of choices here. I'm not sure how many of them are good. Pilgrim could be okay, but I don't love it. I could just take Piper to go with the Procession. I kind of like that plan. And Piper's just a fine card on its own. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything. Okay. Pick 3. There's an Unbreakable Formation to go with tokens if you're going wide. If we're going wide, there's a Jaya, which is good with red decks. There is Izoni, which tends to underperform. You get like 2 tokens and it feels real bad. There's some Auras, and then there's like a Fire Prophecy. There's also Hedron Archive if we want to go with like a ramp strategy and just abandon the first couple picks. There's no green cards, so that's something to keep in mind. So maybe a ramp strategy is not as good. I think I'm going to take Unbreakable Formation. It seems like it could go well with these tokens that I'm building towards. But I will note that there are some red cards, and there are no green cards really in this pack other than the Titan Arthrex. So I guess that is a green card. Crackling Drake could be one of the better blue-red payoffs. A couple of blue-red cards here. The Goblin Wizardry probably best in blue-red. Yavimaya Sapherd works well with the Anointed Procession. There's also a Mortify and a Vraska's Contempt. I think I would take Vraska's Contempt and try to wheel Mortify because nobody else would be in black-white, hopefully. Wanderer is also okay. I think I'm just going to take the Contempt, though. Stick to my guns. I could still go a lot of directions here. I could either play black-white or a black deck or a white deck. It's so tough. I could take Timret, Chosen from Death, to go with my black cards. Timret Calls the Dead is a tokens card, so that could go well with the Procession and the Piper and the Vraska. It kind of fits all my boxes. It can either just be good in a black deck with Self-Mill, or it can be good in a Anointed Procession deck. Black has seemed decently open. There's also a Timuret. Timret always tends to overperform. I think I'd rather take a good card rather than a land here. So yeah, I'm just going to take the Timret. Calls the dead. Lockmere Serpent. That could be good for a finisher as a blue-black control finisher. It's also just a blue-black land, but I'm currently not super heavy into that. I could also just take this for fixing, but I'm just going to take Lockmere. It's a super powerful card. Just wins you the game. So blue-black control could be on the agenda, and now there's a Censor, which goes well in blue-black control. So far I've got some good cards for blue-black. This is another way to use your mana if you hold it up. Procession is looking less and less likely. Siren Lookout's also okay, but I'd rather have Censor. Censor's just a really good card. And now there is Kavu, Revolutionary. There is Lonely Sandbar, which I'll probably take, just so I don't flood out in my deck. There's also Spark Double, which works really well with like copying a big card, but not as good when you don't have good 3-drops. So let's just take the Sandbar. Yeah, it's nice to have lands that you can get rid of at a moment's notice. Okay, and then Witch's Vengeance could be a good sweeper. Ooh, actually Solemn is just real good in this type of deck. It's like a nice little speed bump. Draws me a card, helps me with my mana, helps me ramp up to Lockmere Serpent. That's probably better than this, which is going to be a removal spell for like one creature most of the time. Unsummon, Amalgam. What else is there in this pack? There's a Trollbred, there's a Primal. I'll take Unsummon, maybe I'll want that if my deck ends up having tons of card advantage. And Contentious Plan can be good. There's also Venomous Hierophant. White has not seemed super open. Plan, what would I proliferate onto? Timret Calls the Dead. Currently nothing really to proliferate onto. There is a Venomous Hierophant as well, which could be a self-mill type card. I'll take the Hierophant, I think. Currently I already have some self-mill stuff. Ooh, Filigree Familiar, another roadblock here. There's also Didn't Say Please. And there's Sir Eleonora. Sir Eleonora is also a nice card. I'm just going to take Sir Eleonora. Nice top-end card. Draws me, replaces itself. Wowza, what a pack. Everything I wanted came back. I think I'm going to take the Lull Mage is real good. Timret's real good. I'm just going to take Lull Mages, I think. And Cartouche could be a nice way to gain some life. That was a tough pick, though. The Timret was also pretty appealing there. Okay, so what's in this pack? There is, for my blue-black deck, Quasi-Duplicate. With some of my self-mill, I can like copy my cards. Could be okay. There's Psychic Corrosion. When I draw, they mill too. I don't really have a ton of card draw in my deck. I might regret not taking the Filigree Familiar as well. I was thinking about that one. Brineborn Cutthroat and Fairy Vandal are both somewhat appealing, though I don't really have good synergy for either. I think I'm going to take the Null Priest. It's a nice way to get back a Lockmere or a Silurel. I have some like nice value creatures to get back. It works well with my self-mill plan a little bit. And it's a nice 2-drop to help me not die. Whoo! Mesmerizing Benthid. Blocks, it doesn't untap. Yeah, not really up for that. Heartless Act and Mire Triton would also be good. I'm just going to take Mind Stone, though. Mind Stone is just such a unique card in this sort of cube, where if there's not a ton of 2-mana ramp, especially for a blue-black deck. So it's just such a unique effect, and getting up to my like top end is really important and beneficial. Mire Triton would probably be my second pick. Actually, I'd take Heartless Act next out of this pack, because removal is important still. So we switched out of our white-black deck to a blue-black deck, which is working out quite nicely. I'm not sure about Lull Mages over the Timret. It's a tough one for sure, because Timret is a very good 2-drop creature, and it can gain you some life, and it can be like a brick wall that they can't attack past. I don't think I wanted the Castle, though, because I think I wanted just another good card for my deck. But I'm not sure on this one. I also figured that I might end up with some mill cards, which could make this better. Okay, so what do we have here now? There's a Witch of the Moors. You always want to make sure you have some life gain if you're going to take that card. We have life gain, gain X life there, gain life, gain life. So we have some life gain for a Witch of the Moors. There's also just an Agonizing Remorse, which is probably just better. Adios, Condor. Thanks for hanging out. And you want to be like passive, so you can play this and immediately have it trigger. It does work well with Tinkerer'S because it like curves out perfectly for that. Play Tinkerer'S, next turn you play a land, next turn you gain the life, and then you play the Witch. Knocking out key components from people's hands could be real good though. Okay. Complete blank for me? Did I just miss completely on this pack? I did. Triggering ability triggers an additional time. Double trigger, double trigger, double trigger, double trigger, double trigger. Double trigger. Wow, Yarok's actually not that bad if I end up with some green mana. I'll take it. I'm not going to want skeleton. Yikes, that was a terrifying sound effect for taking a card. And Solemn can help me fix it for it. Wow, Dinrova Horror is a heck of a card. You love to see Dinrova Horror. What else is in this pack? There's Ephemia, which is a really good synergy piece with Tinkerer'S. I'm just going to take Dinrova Horror. This card is so good. I was massacred by this card consistently in Pauper. And it's just such a good top-end play. You can oftentimes just kill a creature. This is a very good card too. This card can be really good in the right spot, but I don't have a ton of enchantments. Scrap Heap's not really meant for my deck. I don't really have enough instants for this. I'm just gonna take the Dinrova. I even have some ramp to get out a little earlier sometimes. I probably don't need Unsummon, but maybe I can still afford to play it. Tinkerer'S Calls to Death has had a lot of synergy with my cards. Ooh. So I might not want to play this Yarok just because it means I wouldn't be able to take cards like this. Because if I was wanting to play Yarok, I could take Woodland Cemetery or Chromatic Lantern to help me get up there to the mana faster. But this card's just a beast. Also works well with my Self Mill. I think I'm just going to not try to play the Yarok. It's just not necessary. My deck is already going to have a lot of stuff that is good for it. So I'll just take the Scavenger here. There's also a Shadow Spear, which is fantastic, but I don't have as many creatures, and I'm going to be able to get life gain from this card anyway. I will say that the Witch of the Moors is looking a little bit better, given that I now have that lifelink creature. Baleful Ammit. Ooh, Drown in the Lock. In its controller's graveyard. So, do I mill them at all? Not really. And by not really, I mean not at all. Callous Dismissal could be okay. Could probably better than Unsummon. Opt, not really what my deck wants. Baleful Ammit. That's Oracle. I do have some self-mill. I'm going to take the Dismissal, though. It's better than Unsummon. Whoa! Drawn a Liberator of Malakir's in this cube. That's pretty sweet. Also, Weight of Memory. Treasure Map. I don't think we want Treasure Map. We have better ways to get card advantage. Like Weight of Memory. And now... Wow. Brineborn, how many instants do I have? I have 2 instants, so Brineborn's not particularly good. This card's not particularly good. Psychic Corrosion maybe is okay, but I think I just can win with other ways. So I'm going to take this card in case I want to splash green. Heartless Act came back, which is really good for me. Sure, we'll take the Angrath. We're not really an aggressive enough deck for the Oathsworn Knight. Creature card in a graveyard. This could actually be okay for me. If I'm self-milling a little bit. I didn't even look at the card last time I saw it. Even Eternal's okay. Bubble Snare is good. Euphemia doesn't seem as good. I have a couple of enchantments. But I think that this guy's gonna be better. So I already have 21 cards. Wow. Patient Rebuilding has good synergy with Lockmere Serpent. It would have had good synergy with the Psychic thing if I had taken it. Let's see what else there is in the pack. There's Patient Rebuilding. There is Sangir Vampire, which is not great. Stratagem's not great. What's this? Oh, that's just way too inefficient. 4 mana for that. Yikes. Maybe the optionality's nice. Patient Rebuilding could be a nice card. I just don't think I need it. That's probably what I'm supposed to take, though. Skinwitch Edict. Mill. Reanimation card. I'm not sure I want to play it even. We'll see, though. It does work well with my Little Mage's Domination, so it could also be a fine card for that reason. This card's also got some mill built into it. We'll have to see. I think I'm just going to take Skinwitch over this and over Chainer's Edict. Edict can also be really good in certain matchups. And it works well with my self-mill. Maybe I'm just supposed to take this. I have a lot of 2-drops. Let's do that. Ooh, this card's sweet. Ominous Seas is not great. It's just, you play this and don't do anything for a turn is my worry. This card's a sweet one. It's like a red Gray Merchant. The Demon could be real sweet. Illyrios is also just a good way to stay alive. I'm gonna take the Illyrios. I wish I had some lands for this deck. I only have 1. Spark Harvest is not great, just because I don't have things to sacrifice, so it's like a 5-mana kill spell, but I'd probably still need it. Brain Maggot gets a little worse when there's a lot of aggro decks, because you just have to jump with it. What's Path of Bravery? Wow. I'll take Fabled Passage to help my mana consistency. I have a lot of tough costs. And now I'm priced. Oh man, this pack is stacked. It's so good, but I have to take the land, I think, right? Because my mana is so tough. I have triple blue and double black in the same deck. All these black 2-drops and then double blues all the way up. I love Champion of Wits. I love Baron. But we already have a lot of playables, so we'll be fine. Oh, yes. Drowned Catacomb. Heck yes. Look at how good our mana just got. Oh, gorgeous mana. That's sweet, sweet mana. Thought Collapse. That's a mill card. Shacklegeist can't block. Midnight Clock makes sure I don't mill. And it's also ramp for my top end cards. I could also just take Thought Collapse. Thought Collapse is pretty sweet, but I don't really have instants. I'm more of a tap-out control deck in that sense. Body Double. Any creature card in a graveyard. It could come into some pretty good stuff from our deck, but it's so expensive. Yeah, this card's not really what I want. Neither is this one. I'll just take it though. Skin Witch came back. That's nice. Piper of the Swarm ended up not fitting our deck very well because we don't have any token synergies. I guess we have some token makers, but they're not really token synergies. Cartouche of Ambition. Do we want that? Maybe we want that. It is a nice life swing, and it can kill stuff. It is a 5-mana spell. I don't think we can play Body Double. With Fabled Passage, we almost would have been able to splash Yarok. Like, I just don't think we care about it enough. Pretty sweet with Dinrova Horror. Okie doke. Well, our deck is looking pretty good here. I'm excited to try it out. This is a 5-drop in our deck pretty much every time. We're going to cut Body Double. 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. We can even run 18 lands potentially. That might be unnecessary though. Even Eternal's not really what we want. It's not a particularly good blocker, even though it does make 2 bodies. Hierophant has good synergy with our self-mill stuff, which is Lockmere Serpent, Null Priest, Chainer's Edict, and Timuret Calls the Dead. Yeah, I think we can run it like this. Seems pretty reasonable. Reasonable. And I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to those who support me at the credits level. It's thanks to patrons that I am able to continue investing the time and effort needed to produce high quality videos on a consistent basis. So thank you so much for that, and I really do appreciate it. If you would like to learn more about the Patreon, the rewards you can get for becoming a patron, and how it helps me continue to make videos, be sure to check out that information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. But without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We are going to actually keep this hand because with this cycle being on the draw, we'll probably be able to hit at least our 3rd land. I did keep Impatient Rebuilding. Yeah, it's hard to know in Cube. Ooh, a blue-black mirror. Oh, that's a bummer. I could have played this on turn 2. I'd rather hold up Sensor right now, though. In a mirror, I'm not going to really worry about beating down as much. And I want to make sure I hit my land drop, so I'm going to cycle. Good to keep hitting lands. Hard to say. We don't know what's in their deck. Oh, that's slightly worrisome. Means they have a lot of lands, which is generally good in a control matchup. I hope they tap out for something so I can go Vraska's Contempt into Weight of Memory. Come on, opponent. You know you want to. We'll partially tap out. We whiff, obviously. Not ideal. Pretty big whiff there. I guess we hit this, so that's something. Remember, I was supposed to lead with this. Wow, I milled 3 more lands. Yikes.
What's up?
Oh, Antonio, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for sharing that Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Milling lands is not actually good for me because I don't want to mill lands, but I'm going to mill them now. They also have a Chainer's Edict. Okay. I'm going to get rid of... This Spark Harvest, I think. Maybe I'll get rid of Solemn. Solemn's pretty decent, though, especially against this. Oh shoot, I discard. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to discard that card. Then I forgot that I discarded it. Oh no. That was wrong. I meant to keep the cartouche. Whoops. Because I was going to use it to kill Foulmire Knight this turn. Oh no. Bummer. Crud. Yeah, I planned that out. I don't like punt. It's I wish I could delete the command. It's always it like just makes me feel bad. So I don't really like it when people use the punt command. Oh gosh. Well, that's not good. Should I greed and try to draw land? I think so. I'm kind of behind. Actually, I can just take control of that. I think I can get rid of it. I just haven't thought about it because people don't usually use it. Wow, I really messed up by discarding that card. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm gonna gamble on this, hoping to draw a land. I did not draw a land. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I messed this game up. Oh my gosh. I literally planned out my turn as if I had Cartouche and then I didn't have it because I messed it up. Yeah, I know I can use Delcom. I know how Delcom works. No worries, chat. Okay. Next turn, if they put another card in their graveyard, I can steal this and kill this with Vraska's Contempt. This was just a massive fail. Yeah. I'm not literally dead on board. Actually, I am. I'm dead on board. If I play this as a 2-1... I got really greedy with this. If I just played it, I could have gained a bunch of life. So I block there, exile that. I got up to 6, so I'm not technically dead. Oh, if they have that, I am. Yep. Not really well played, particularly. Yikes. Messed up. Okie doke. We've got a decent hand here. Pauper is quite a good format. The Kavu. If I had played my I'm gonna play this. If I had played my cards better that last game, I would have been able to make it a lot more close. I'm not sure I would have been able to win, but it would have been a lot closer for sure. Like, I should have just played my 2-1 on turn 2. It would have gotten me so much life. We'll hold up Sensor again. I mean, there's good decks in every color in Pauper. Oh man, shucks. I'm not really focused on the game, to be quite honest, which is not maybe the best thing to say, but it's the truth. Okay, and then we'll flash in our Lockmere Serpent. If they try to sack to kill our clock here, we'll just flash into Lockmere Serpent. Taste it, opponent. Taste my justice. There we go. Whew! First win of the day. Let's go. Welcome to round 3. We're back in the action. The excitement is here. The tension is palpable. People can tell that NicolaiBolas is back on his winning streak. It almost took 2 hours to get my first win of this stream, but now that I've gotten the win, I don't think we're going to lose again. We're unbeatable. They call me the champion of champions for a reason. Actually, nobody calls me that, but I call myself that sometimes. When I just wake up in the morning, I think, Nikolai, you're the champion of champions. Everyone knows this. Let's go. I'm pumping myself up, time traveling wizard. I'm like, woo, we got on the board. We got a win. Oh, gosh, that was really bad for me. That's what you hate to see. You never like to see the Othakaya to kill your guy, but you know, we'll battle back. We will battle back. Bakugan, battle brawlers, battling back. Last Ben Stark stream you watched, he went 3-9. That is a yikes, gotta be said. Get lost, Ephemia. No one likes you. We're gonna kill that, and then we'll make him discard too. It's gonna work out perfectly. As I foresaw. Yes, we can kill Calyx! Oh, Calyx! Taste my justice. Oh, yes.
Destiny draws me elsewhere.
Destiny draws you to the graveyard, Calyx. Oh, yes. Such a change of energy. It's amazing what one win can do for the psyche of a rundown. Ah, crud, that's bad. Okay, well, live and let live. Let's go. Well, we got rid of 2 of their cards. We'll take 6 here. Are these knights? No, they're not. So we're not dead yet. I'm still standing on my feet. That's not great. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Justice. Ah, of course. This is where we just have to hope for the best. I don't think we can afford to, like, agonizing remorse to get rid of that guy for now. We have to just keep building up. Hope to draw, like, a card to steal their Lamia. That's what we really would like. A steal your Lamia type card. No, we need to go the other way. This way, trade there. Jump there. Big draw. What do we get? Take action. Hey, we hit the card. What do you know? Unfortunately, it won't untap. I didn't think of that. Ah, Micaeus. Huh, so I can take Micaeus, bounce a token, and we're still in it. Go away, Woe Strider. And then we're relying on the old top decks. Let's see what the top of the deck shall give us. They actually can't attack because we just kill that. Trade there. I mean, chump there. The Little Mages was the exact card we needed. We're in the game, chat, at 1 life. Rubbing the hands because that's proved to give victory. Whew. Oh. Well, nice attack by them. Nice attack. Well done, opponent. You spotted it out. No! Top deck! Yes! Okay. So this can make a token, so we can't let that happen. We have to kill it now. And then we'll put 2 counters onto this thing. We have the top deck again. Ugh. I guess maybe we would have had more time if we'd forced them to make a token here. Is the clock going to strike in time? Oh, they totally should have activated on that on their turn. 7. 8. No! Aw. Rip. If we had killed the token instead of the Riss, we would have bought ourselves another turn, and we could have won. I screwed it up. I boffed it! Ah! That was my bad. Because then if they attack us with the Riss... No, but then I'm at 1 life, and they have 2 creatures in play, and the Riss is going to be a huge problem. So I just had to rely on another top deck. Unfortunate. But we'll be back in the next round. To the wall, we are 1 and 2. And yet I still want to make this into a good video, so I want to win. Because as we all know, winning is the only way to make a good video. Okay, we're going to try and scry a land. Oh gosh, we're going to keep it. Yikes. I'm going to level up too many people. You love watching cube drafts but hate wasting your own gold on them. I'm in a similar boat here. Let's take their cards. Oh, geez Louise. Well, we don't care about this because we can kill that. The Planeswalker's a problem.
Time to sleep for a week.
You love how I don't use leaks? I literally just use the official previews from Wizards. It's not that hard to avoid leaks. Big number. Thanks, Mr. Trivia, for the kind words. They don't have red, but I'm just gonna... I have answers to everything else they have in their hand, so... Playing control and limited, that could be a good topic for sure. Since we want to draw lands, we don't want to thin our deck. So we will chill for now. Unless, of course, they tap out for this, in which case we will kill it on their end step. Oh, yeah, I don't like it when people spoil unofficial stuff, really. Whew. Oh, this is gonna go well. I can already feel it. Whenever I say the word I feel it, I think of that song in Love Actually. I feel it in my fingers. That song is so catchy. I feel it in my toes. I know it's based on another song, but that's just the only version of that song that I've ever really listened to. Christmas is all around me. It's just I know the other ones so well. We all do. That's why we're making the new version. Thanks, Red Dynamite. That's really nice of you. Oh, the hairy kiwi. Talking fast is one of my weaknesses for sure. I definitely... the way you phrased it is very kind. Like, oh, you talk fast so you can put in more info. It's more just that I talk fast because I talk fast, and I try my best to work on it. And it's really funny because there was one video where I did a lot. I was like taking deep breaths after every slide to make sure I'd speak slowly, and someone was like, your speaking cadence is so strange. And I was like, oh no. It's always funny when you get a comment on a video that says like, watch on 0.75 speed, thank me later, or something like that. My next level up video, I think, is going to be on the role of lands in limited. So like how to build a mana base, what's good about a mana base, because with snow lands and snow duels and these uncommon lands that reward you, it's going to be pretty fun. Oh, they're enraged. Oh, I didn't activate that. Oh well. It's okay. I don't really mind waiting a little bit because my hand is pretty stacked right now. You hate crawling barons, Black or Lotus? Did you just lose to it? Oh my gosh, opponent. How do we watch your streams on 0.75 speed? Oh, it's about my YouTube channel, Judah Matthew. Yeah, ShredZeb, I figured it would be useful. I've already got a lot of the work done on the slides. It's actually pretty hard figuring out what to do, like how to organize them, because you want to make it like a package of like information that people can follow. Like, okay, I have to follow these 5 steps to look at these things, or these are the things to look at, but it's sometimes hard to think about. Okay, hitting land is great, and we will end the turn, and maybe they're AFK, and we'll be able to win. Holy heck, that's wild, Antonio. 57 hours. I got a Twitch end year thing, and it told me who spent the most NicolaiBolas channel points over the course of the year. I'll have to say it again when he's actually here, but Condor spent the most channel points. And, yeah, he spent like 71,000 channel points, which is wild. 71,000 is a lot of channel points. My opponent's left, so we're gonna be 2-2. Gotta build up the excitement. You know what they say, you can only have a comeback if you started out behind. That's one of the mottos I try to live by. Because obviously, oh my gosh, my opponent, what are you doing, bud? Lavamancer. Thousands or perhaps tens of people will view this video. Maybe even 100 if we're lucky. Oh man, maybe they had some emergency. I'm not going to try to judge Lavamancer. Something could have happened. The fire alarm might have gone off in their building or something, so let's not judge our opponents harshly. But yeah, it looked like maybe a mana screw tilt situation. But yeah, I'll talk to you folks in the next round. As pointed out, we're 2-2. This is a critical win. If we win this, we're in the positive, or at least even on win percentage. So this is a key moment. In the history of the channel, we've never needed to win this badly. We're going to save this callous dismissal for something a little bit more expensive. Thanks, Kiwi. Thanks, Andes. Okay. We're going to get our Midnight Scavenger on. Ooh, Grakma. Ooh, that could be fun to exile. We do need to draw a land. Oh, well, an even record, I mean. 3-3 is an even record. So if we win this, we can retire a champion knowing that we put up a 50% win rate in a cube. Whew. Don't kill my guy, bud. Oh, thank goodness. No blocks. Next turn I can Callous Dismissal, or I can Solemn if I draw a land. I'll feel it. Oh, they have Solemn too! Ha ha! Land me. Crud. Yikes. That's a tough one. Tricky. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to... I'm just gonna... Tinkerer'S calls the dead. No. We can bounce something, kill something. Or just Tinkerer'S and hope to hit a creature. I have like 9 creatures in the deck, so the odds aren't great. But I also have a... Let's just hope for the best here. No! Oh, crud. Criminy. Also... Oh, it's opponent's graveyards. Ugh. That was yikes. I can trade off with Grakmaw and then bounce the token. That probably would have been smart to do. Yeah, I totally didn't even think about that. Though at the time I didn't have Spark Harvest. I did have the Callous Dismissal though, so... I totally am screwed. Oh, they also exiled it. My god. My deck is so bad for Tinkerer'S Calls the Dead. Holy heck. Wow, this card is so bad in my deck. It has been trash every time I've played it. Wowza. We'd have to play this and hope for the best again. Hope they whiff for a turn. Are they really going to sack it? Do I lose 2 life when they sack it? Probably good if I do, yeah. Yikes. You know the saying, you can give Nikolai a good hand, but you can't make him drink. Something like that. Did they draw a Nightpack Ambusher? That'd be nuts. I certainly messed up in the deck construction area. That realm. God. Why? What have I done? I guess this is what I get for not playing for a while. Take a few days off, play like garbage. Typical Nikolai life. Okay, well... They're gonna sacrifice it to fizzle me. Bottom bum 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 bum. It didn't matter at that point. Bouncing Wolf Shredder wouldn't. They would have just sacked 2 things. I was dead no matter what there. I wouldn't have been dead if I had played any card in my sideboard other than this garbage Tinkerer'S Calls the Dead. Also, I could have won if I had blocked their Grakmaw with my Nighthawk Scavenger and then bounced the token that came out of it, like a sane person might have done. God, that's so tough. It's so tough. Gosh. Well, I tried my best, even if my best wasn't necessarily playing perfectly. Huh. Well, if you were watching this on YouTube, hopefully you learned something. Remember that if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, you can help me out by hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment with any questions or feedback, letting me know if you did learn something. What you did learn maybe would be a good starting place. I know that I learned that Tinkerer'S Calls the Dead is absolute garbage, and if I had played Aven Eternal instead, or Piper of the Swarm, or literally anything else, or Unsummon, it probably would have worked out better. Also learned not to discard Cartouche of Ambition and then plan on having it. And I don't even remember the other way I lost, but it was probably something silly. Interesting draft at least, though, hopefully. I think the deck was actually pretty solid. But yeah, I hope you folks enjoyed it. Remember to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, check out the Patreon if you would like to support my content, and leave a hashtag Cube is hard in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. You can also check out the Twitch stream to catch in all the join in all the fun live. And I will talk to all of you folks next time.